Okay, so 9-1 here, continuing on. A little bit more of the new stuff, the shapes, you've seen those shapes before, you've dealt with those shapes before. The new stuff here is these cross sections. So, what a cross section is a two-dimensional shape. Very important to read the directions so you know if A, the question is asking for a 3D shape versus a 2D. That's amazing. Okay, a 2D shape. So, circle, that's a 2D shape. A cube or a ball is not a 2D shape. A box is not a 2D shape, but a rectangle is. Triangle is. Please make sure you're reading the directions. So it's these 2D shapes that come when you have cut or are slicing a 3D figure. So, for example, here, if I take a look, well, actually, if we look at their example, they've got a pyramid here. And if you look at that pyramid, they took kind of like a ninja cut, like ninja. Yeah. If you sliced that, like took your hand and swooped it and kind of opened that top and like looked down on what was left, what would the 2D shape that you see? Here you can see that they're showing you that this 2D shape would be a rectangle. So that cross section there is a rectangle. There are two main types there are two main types of cross sections that you as seventh graders are going to see, and that is horizontal. So swoops like those versus vertical. There are other ones, you could like diagonals, different kind of angles and stuff, but that's not something you're going to run into as a middle school child. So, yeah, there's that. So, looking at these two examples real quick, we're going to do two parts to these. First, we're going to identify the 3D shape that we're dealing with. After that, we will then identify the cross section. And again, with that cross section, I'm just going to make a note to myself that that should be a 2D shape because that's what a cross section is. Okay, so example number 1. Looking at that, matching back up to our diagram, that is a rectangular prism. We cannot call it a triangular prism because it doesn't have a triangle anywhere in it. And it's not a cube because not all the sides are the same. That cross section, see how they have that kind of like plane, that box there, kind of cutting it? If you were to peel that open that top and look at it, that would be a rectangle. We technically don't have enough information to say that it's a square, and remember that all squares are just more specific types of rectangles, so we're covering our butts either way when we use rectangle. Example 2, you can see that we have a cylinder there. And that cross section of a cylinder, if you take your cylinder, kind of swoop, ninja cut it, and look and kind of open, that's a sphere, just kidding, that was fun. And kind of look, you would see what 2D shape. And yeah, that would be a circle. Switch to my orange. So, boom, cross sections.